Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is kind of coming out of left field, I think, even for me. So probably especially for you guys. I did tell you guys on Instagram that I kind of have been not on YouTube. I mean, I only missed one video. I missed my Thursday video, but missing videos bothers me because if I say I'm going to stick to a schedule, I like to stick to that. And I'm still planning on sticking to that schedule. Nothing crazy has happened where I'm not going to upload or anything like that. But I was going to wait to tell you guys this. This is a major update. Ironically, I just posted an update and this kind of has something to do with that. I don't know. So here's the deal. I'm just going to get right into it because I don't know like how else to do it. First of all, I will say, do not comment on this video until you've watched it all the way through. If I even have comments on it, I'm not sure if I'm going to have comments enabled or not, because I just don't know. I don't know how to feel about how you guys might react to this and what your opinions might be. I know I shouldn't care, but I do care sometimes when people think things about me that are not true or say things that hurt my feelings. It still bothers me because I'm human, so whatever. But if you're going to comment and there are comments available, please do not until you watch this video, because I'm going to tell you what's going on, and then I know there's going to be a lot of like, why or what about this and this. I'm going to address all of it in this video. So that's why I'm going to just go ahead and get started now, so it's not like 1,000 years long. So here's the thing. Here's the main thing that's going on. I feel like I'm about to like throw up. I don't know why. It's so stupid. But on Christmas Day, my mom was flying to Iowa. And on Christmas night or the morning after Christmas, depending on how it goes, I am moving back to Alabama with my kids, my little tribe I have going on here. If you're new here, I'm going to give you a small little story really quick. My husband is deploying for 1 year in the fall, and I can't tell you guys exactly when, but it is in the fall. And I recently announced that I was going to be pursuing nursing school, and this is kind of all came out of left field. It was a big change for one, but now I kind of have looked into things here, and it's just not going to work out me staying in Iowa. And I'm sure there's like a bunch of questions right now. Boom. Like, what about your house? What about your husband? What about your, bonus daughter, Anniston school? Okay, so I'm going to get into all of what's going on and why this is happening. So I spoke really soon when I talked about the nursing program here, and unfortunately the way it works in this town is a joke. I hate to say that, but it kind of is. So the nursing school that I was looking into, and I actually switched from Iowa State back to a different college. I don't want to say that college, but I switched back to them because they were readily accessible to me right here in town. In a few neighboring towns, there's kind of little branches everywhere. And they made it seem like it was so easy. They were a non-competitive nursing program. So I just needed to finish up a semester of some prereqs and then I could get in. Well, that was great. So I'm like, okay, great. But the more I did my research on it, I realized that because they're not competitive, they only accept students on a first come, first serve basis. They don't care if you've made like horrible grades the entire time. All they care about is that you get these classes done and then you're in. The problem with that is that when you do a first come, first serve, and there's never any cutoffs, they are now way behind on getting people in, it seems like, because the program I was going to get into a year from basically next month, they're already filling up for that program. So I would have to wait 2 years to get in, assuming they didn't fill up in between now and December for the 2 years from now. Yeah, that's not good. That's not that good. I really don't want to, like, I can't take any more college classes because this semester that I'm about to start right now, I will finish all the classes in the nursing program besides the actual nursing classes themselves. And I'm sure you guys are like, well, can't you just do a different program in the area? There's not another program. Iowa State does not offer an RN program. There's a couple private colleges here that offer programs for nursing, but it's basically you start and you go straight through BSN, so it's like 3.5, 4 years. I am not interested in pursuing a 4-year BSN right now. You guys know that. I would like to get my BSN because I do want to get my master's eventually, so I will need it. But I mean, I went to daycares and started, touring daycares and things like that, talking to nannies. And daycare for us, if we did a daycare center, which is the cheapest option. I have twins, if you're new, twin babies. It is $2,000 per month, which is my mortgage. So I basically could buy another house for what I would pay for daycare. And I'll be honest, you guys, I could just wait around and just start the program in 2 years from now. That's not what I want to do. I want to do it now. I have the time now. They're little now. And waiting 2 years just pushes me back. And I feel like I've waited enough to finish, you know, what I want to do with school. I mean, I'm 20, how old am I? I'm 27? 20, yeah, I was 28 this year. Okay, I'm getting old. I'll be 28 at the end of this year. So I've like waited around long enough. And we could afford it. I hate saying that. That's icky to me. Well, we could, like, it's not that we can't afford the daycare. It's that if I waited 2 years and then I started the program, that program that they do, if you're lucky enough to get into the accelerated program, it's 1.5 years. If you're not lucky enough, it's 2.5 years. And I would need full-time daycare because I would need help studying. And my husband works crazy hours. I have no one here that I truly can rely upon without paying more money for a late night sitter. So I'd be paying on top of daycare also for a sitter for times I had to study. Clinicals are a different story, arranging childcare for clinicals, things like that. So we're talking, I don't even know how much money a month that would be. But my thing is, if I can start sooner and I can get childcare for way cheaper. We're talking, instead of $505 a week, we're talking $210 per week because the cost of living is dramatically different. I would rather save the money. We're talking saving over $20,000 per year. And since I could start a lot sooner because I've already met the prereqs for that school, and it is a competitive school, so they're not pushed back as far as letting students in. They're not first come. I've never in my life heard of a first come, first serve type of nursing program. I'm sure they exist because I guess that they must exist obviously because there's one here. But the problem that I have with that is, like, it's kind of crazy that they can't meet the demand, I think. And having someone wait for 2 years when they already have the prereqs done, it's really surprising to me. I guess I'm just really surprised. And you guys, this might be like normal to you guys, but I'm new to this whole thing. So in case I sound like I'm a moron, I'm just kind of new to all this. I've just never heard of it before. And being down in Alabama, I will have my mom and stepdad able to help me as much as I need to with the kids. And the daycare situation is way cheaper. And for me, I would rather save that 2 years of daycare, which is about $40,000, and put that towards our forever home as a down payment, instead of just paying for it just because we can. That just doesn't make sense to me. I value money a lot. I didn't grow up with a lot of money. I grew up with a very middle class family, and I would say at some point I think we were lower middle class. I don't know the exact income ranges that, you know, determine all of that, but I like to have money and use it in a smart way. And to me, if I have this availability while my husband's gone anyways, to just go down there, get into this program and do it with the help, saving a crap ton of money, that's what I want to do. And before anyone freaks out, my husband and I have already talked about this, and so it's a done deal. It is happening. Like, it's already in motion, which is why I've been so stressed out lately trying to figure out everything. It's a big deal. So about our house, what's going to happen to your house? No one's going to be in your house. My house will sit here vacant. I leave after Christmas. My husband comes home the next fall, so it will sit vacant for the greater part of almost a year. I want to say between 8 and 11 months, somewhere in there, it'll sit vacant. That's not to say I'm just up and leaving it. We have friends that live right there, right here, down. We have friends and we know our neighbors extremely well. We will have someone taking care of our yard in the summers, in the winters. My biological dad lives here. My husband's mom and sister live right here in the same town as we do, so they're just right down the street. Our house will be taken care of. It will obviously have an alarm system and everything, so it's not like we're just gonna up and just like let it fend for itself. Obviously, I have a friend whose parents might want to come in from Florida and stay here for a month or two in our house. You know, just we have things kind of in motion, and at least we have people around that are willing to help out with this in this really strange type of situation. And I don't think it's that strange because I feel like some people like are snowbirds and they leave their houses all winter to go down south. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I feel like maybe it is a bigger deal than I'm making it out to be, and I'm being too lax about it. The next question, Aniston school. What's going to happen to Aniston in school? This will be her first year in kindergarten. And this is a big decision because it does affect her too. But in her eyes, she's so excited to go see my mom and live with my mom. And, you know, she's so close to my mom, even though we don't live close. And she's excited. What will happen is during Christmas break, she will be withdrawn from the school here in Iowa. When we get there, I will obviously enroll her in that school. And actually, one of my cousins works for that school. So it's nice to kind of have someone that I know that can help me throughout this process when that time comes. She will go back to school there and finish the year out from Christmas break to the summer. When Brian comes home, however, he has asked that he be able to bring Aniston here with him and her go ahead and start back, resume school here in the first grade. That's a tough one for me because she's never lived without me. I'm not gonna get upset about it. It's a long way from now. I need to think about what's gonna happen. I will be, once Brian returns home, I'll still be gone for I think a year. Obviously, I'll talk about the whole situation with seeing each other. So I have to think about it. I know it's only fair to get Aniston back here into Iowa, into the school system, because she's gonna be meeting friends and things like that. It would be really selfish of me to say, no, I have to have her with me, but I don't know. I just don't know yet. I honestly don't know. I mean, Brian will have not seen her for a year or two, and he has asked to bring her back here. I don't know. That's something that really, like, it's hard to talk about and think about, so I'm just not going to talk about it right now. I don't know what the future holds for that. I know it would only be for a little bit, but I don't know. She's been with me her whole life, and I've never lived separate from her, so I don't know. Okay. I'm going to keep being in good spirits about this. I'm just going to try to be positive. Now, when it comes to Paige is my bonus daughter, if you're new. My husband has a daughter who's 10. I'm going to work it out to be here, to literally be here. It's going to be tricky. I completely get it. I'm going to see her obviously right before I leave throughout Christmas break and stuff. I'm going to see her for that part. I will leave after Christmas, and then I'm going to try to work it out where I come back here with Aniston during spring break, hoping that the spring breaks line up. I'm not sure yet. I have no way of knowing the spring break situation down there versus here. If it doesn't line up specifically correctly, I'll probably take out Aniston like on a Thursday and fly her here, and us stay through, like, you know, throughout her spring break so that I can be, you know, here and see Paige, have Aniston see Paige, and try to make a week trip out of it in March. And then the same thing in the summer. So it's going to be kind of a little bit confusing. I mean, the first summer should be easier depending on if I get into the spring program or the fall program. I'll talk about the actual program at the end of this video in case you don't care about the actual program. The next question are dogs. What's going to happen to our dogs? Celie is coming with me for sure. My dad might keep Miffy for me, just depending. You know, I'm coming into my mom's house. She has a limited amount of space, but Celie has never been away from me for a long period of time. I am like her only owner kind of dog. She likes only me. I feel like it would cause her anxiety being gone from me, and she's extremely well behaved. Like, Miffy's still training. I feel like she's gonna do okay anywhere. She's not super attached to me or whatever yet. I just don't know yet. That's something I have to think about as we get closer, what my dad's willing to do. And obviously when Brian got home, he would take Miffy and be with her. So there's still logistically some things I have to figure out first, you know, but the move's happening for sure. I'm leaving. My mom has a plane ticket already. Like, it's already a done deal. What else? I'm sure I'll get questions about other things. So if I don't get into the spring program, I will still be going down there so that I can take a full course load starting in January, and I can get every class done except for the ones that you have to wait to be in the program for. That was my recommendation, is to do as much as you can outside of it until you can't do any more. So in that case, I'll be able to take the summer off and come back here for the summer and have as much time with Paige as I can with Aniston. We'll have to figure it out. It's just going to be a matter of, like, making a priority to come back and forth. And I'm not tapping out yet. I'm very overwhelmed, but I'm not tapping out yet. I know that I can do this. I know it's going to be hard, But it's very important that I use this deployment wisely and take advantage of help that's offered to me by my parents. They are a for sure thing. If I stay here for nursing school, there's no guarantee I'd have the help that I needed, and the amount of money for childcare just is astounding. And I would rather save that money for our forever home that we want as soon as Brian comes back. As soon as I graduate, I want to, you know, get our forever home, or even start building it before I graduate, you know, whatever the case is. And it's going to take a lot of sacrifice on my husband's part. But as he's pointed out to me, I've sacrificed a lot in our marriage, coming here, living here, putting my school on hold so he can do his thing. And I do think that selfishly it is my turn to do this. I think it's my turn to, you know, chase after my dream. Even though it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be hard not living with my husband for the whole deployment, plus another year after that. But I would rather suffer now and get what I want later, which is a huge thing. Suffer now to get what you want later. That is just the main thing I have to think about. And while trying to keep the family, you know, everyone happy and everyone together, it's just going to be a lot. My husband's schedule when he comes back from deployment, he works a week on, a week off. So my guess is that he will use his vacation time taking a week off at a time. Because when he takes a week off, he actually gets 3 weeks off, because he'll have an off week, a vacation week, and then an off week. So he'll be able to come in like a 3-week spurt. And that's just how we're going to have to do it. Us both flying back and forth. And even though that will get pricey, it will still save a crap ton of money. And my parents are so gracious to let me live in their house with my tribe of children, rent-free, while I'm in college and, you know, pursuing what I want to do. So that was a mouthful. I'm kind of getting tired now. I think that's everything that I wanted to mention in this video. The program, how it works, in case you guys are curious why that one's going to be better. For one, they're not out. They're only out to the following semester, which is nice because it's competitive to get in. It would be a miracle if I got in the spring. It would be a fantastic miracle. I would love to, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm still going to drop a packet and try, but they basically give points off a few things. Your entrance exam test, which is a TEAS test. 3 classes that are not required beforehand, but if you take them, it does help you get points. And then a GPA of 3.2 or higher gets you a little bit extra points for your last 24 credit hours. My GPA is a 3.21 in my last 24 credit hours, so I barely made that, so I should get points for having that GPA. I'll get up to 150 points depending on what I score on my exam that I have yet to take. I'm actually studying for it now. I'm not sure how the grade correlates to how many points, but they give you up to a certain number of points. And I meet the rest of the minimum requirements. However, they give you extra points if you've taken 3 different classes that are actually already in the program. And I'm taking those classes this fall, so I won't get points for them. But at least they can see that they're in progress, just in case it comes down and, you know, it's a tie between, you know, a few people. They can see that I'm already taking those this fall. Maybe it'll help. I don't know. But yeah. So that's kind of how that system works, and hopefully that gives you guys an idea. And yeah, so this is going to be a long video. I'm really sorry. I tried to talk as fast as I could to get it out, and I'm really sorry I've been blabbing. If you have any questions, constructive, kind questions, you can leave them in the comments down below if I kept them on. I think I'm just going to keep them on, and then if anyone abuses it, I'll just cut them off. But hopefully that gives you an idea of what's going to happen with our house and the kids and dogs and everything. I know this is going to be a wild ride and it's going to be tough. But I know that it's kind of selfish of me, but I want to chase my dream and I want to do this. And the most important thing is that I have not the approval, I don't need permission, but you know, it's like I have the support of my husband, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters, is that he's supportive, and we're both going to be pretty much sacrificing together, but it's going to be worth it after it's all over. So yeah, let the bloodbath begin. I'm so nervous to post this video, but yeah, if you have any questions too and you don't want to post them, you can always reach out to me on Instagram and I can talk to you about it there just in case. But yeah, that's gonna be all for this video. Sorry I talked fast. Sorry I kind of yelled it the whole time. But when I get nervous, I talk fast and loud. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.